Alright guys, so in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about what it actually takes to start and grow an online business. So I've done this multiple times over. My first online business is a business called SPM Online Advertising. I started that when I did not have a clue about online businesses. Way back in 2017 was when I started. I took some courses to learn. At the time, I thought that I had to be the one who had the qualifications and had to have the skill set to actually provide the work. So I spent the first 6 months or more, the guts of the first year, learning how to run Google ads, taking courses, learning how to do Facebook ads, learning copywriting, learning SEO, learning how to build websites. And that took up so much of my time. Eventually, I became pretty good at it because I studied it a lot. I put a lot of time into learning how to actually provide the service. Then I hit my next hurdle, which was, okay, now I can actually build websites and run ads and stuff like that. How do I get clients in? And I found that back in the day, a lot of people who were in a similar position to me, they just kept focusing on the qualifications and the courses and learning how to be really good at something, and neglecting the fact that sales is a complete skill set in and of itself. So once I done those courses, learned how to provide a service, then I moved on to learning how to actually market my services, how to build a personal brand, how to attract customers to my business, how to convert those into paying customers, how to set up the payments, how to accept payments from clients, how to provide the service, how to put systems in place, how to track everything. So throughout that phase of the first year or two, I realized that I could actually outsource the service delivery, and I could just focus on sales, because I spent maybe 6 months learning how to run ads and build websites and do SEO, whereas there's people out there who have spent a lifetime doing it, who are actually really good at it. I was new to it. While I was good at it, I wasn't the best. So then I decided, why not just go and hire somebody? So I went and I found a Facebook ads media buyer. I went and I found a Google ads media buyer. I found copywriters, graphic designers, website developers, SEO experts. And I just outsourced all of that work, and as a result of that, it freed up all of my time. Up until this point, I was probably spending 4, 5, 6 hours a day trying to do the work. Not that I had a huge amount of clients in the beginning, because I was so busy doing the work. It's funny, you become the bottleneck in your own business, and whether you're a digital marketing agency owner, or whether you're a residential contractor, or whether you're a hairdresser, whatever that might be, if all of your time is spent on the tools, doing the work, you have no time to actually focus on business development. You have no time to focus on sales, on marketing, never mind building a team, or actually make sure you have the proper structures and systems in place. So that was one of the keys for me. It was realizing that I can actually outsource the work, and that's where I kind of penned the phrase, delegation is the key to freedom as a business owner. And this applies to any business in any industry across the board. I've done this multiple times myself. I've worked with dozens of business owners to actually help them remove themselves from the daily operations of their business, get them off the tools, as the saying goes, put structures in place, put systems in place, put a team in place. And what happens then is you remove yourself from the business. So you fire yourself, you keep your salary, but what's happening is you're actually removing the bottleneck in the business. And this is where leverage comes into play, because if you're a sole trader or a self-employed business owner, and your business depends on you every day to show up and trade your time and your energy and your expertise, you're going to hit a glass ceiling, because your resources as one person is limited. Whereas if you build systems and build a team, you can expand that team, you can grow your business, you can increase your revenue, you can increase your profitability by putting efficient systems in place. So your business is no longer limited in its growth potential. That's one benefit. The second benefit is that you have more time, you have more free time. What are you going to do with that time? Well, maybe you're a carpenter and you like working with your hands. You can go back and work in the business if you want, but you don't have to. You can go build a second business. And this is where I talk about building legs to the table. If you just have one business, that's your one leg to the table. That's your one revenue stream. Something happens that leg gets kicked from under the table, something happens. You lose your salary, you lose your income, you lose your lifestyle, your family is probably going to be affected from it. As well as that, if you're still stuck in sole trader mode, business operator mode, where the business lacks systems, it lacks teams, and it's heavily dependent on you, what happens if you get sick? What happens if you get injured? Or what happens if you just want to take an extended vacation for 2 months? Your business will fall apart, you lose your income, you lose your lifestyle, okay? So by building your business in this way, it's going to offer you not only a lot more security with regards to financial security, your business is going to run better, but a lot of freedom. You're going to have a lot of extra time, and you could choose to do what you wish with that. Some people want to retire, some people like to keep ownership of their business, keep overseeing the operations, maybe start a new business, maybe focus on hobbies or investments or whatever it might be. But that was something I learned in the very early days, is that, you know, there's a lot of you guys who watch my channel who are probably trying to start and grow online businesses like I have with SPM Online Advertising and my other consulting businesses. But taking SPM as an example, learn from my mistakes. Like, even if you are the best, let's say you're a bookkeeper and you want to start a bookkeeping business and you're a really good bookkeeper, if you just focus on staying on the tools and building bookkeepingonline.com or whatever it might be, but if you're the one in on the books actually doing the bank reconciliation and the profit and loss and the balance sheets, how many clients realistically are you going to be able to serve? 10 max. So if you're charging $1,000 a month, that's 10 grand a month. Then next, that's it, boom, your business is limited. You are the bottleneck. Whereas if you build a business in such a way that you outsource the actual work, you hire in another bookkeeper, you build it to a stage where it's doing 10k, now you hire in the next bookkeeper, build it to 20k, build up a team of 10 bookkeepers, now you're doing 100 grand plus per month, and you're not having to do any of the work. You're not stuck in the spreadsheets, you're not doing the work, you're focused on working on the business rather than working in the business. You get to focus on sales, you get to focus on operations, building systems, building teams. This applies whether you're, like I said, whether you're a bookkeeper, whether you're a marketer, or whether you actually have a physical service that you provide. Let's say you've got a cleaning company or a construction company or a landscaping company, for example. If you start your landscaping company and you get it to a stage where you got some work coming in, but you're actually out digging the holes, you're bringing in the artificial grass, you're doing whatever has to be done, you're stuck on the tools, realistically, how much work are you going to be able to do as one man? What most people do in that situation is they'll hire in people, okay? But they're still stuck on the tools because they're babysitting everybody. Okay, so you have to put the right structures and SOPs and systems in place so that all of the works is completely outsourced. Once you've outsourced the works, whether you're a landscaper, whether you're a website developer, whether you're a bookkeeper, once you've outsourced that, you can begin to outsource other things. You might hire in a bookkeeper to make sure that all the invoices are looked after, all the receipts are logged, the bank reconciliation's done, that they're tracking all of the profit and loss on a weekly basis. So you don't have to worry about any of that, payroll, taxes. You have somebody dedicated to doing it. You've got an SOP in place, which is just a document for their role. They follow that. You've got KPIs to track that they're doing their work every week. So you sit down and you meet with your bookkeeper once a week and you make sure the financials of your business are in order. You sit down and you meet with your head of operations. So if you're a landscaper and you've got 10 landscapers out in 10 vans, you've got one guy who's in charge of that, a manager or a head of operations. And that's your only point of contact. You don't need to speak with these 10 other landscapers. The same if you're a bookkeeping company and you've got 20 bookkeepers in your business. You'll have a head of operations. You meet with them once a week to see how our operation is going, where can you improve efficiency, what team members are performing well, what team members need to be sacked. So you're going to have all this on your KPI dashboard. You'll also have someone to look after your marketing. You'll also have someone to look after your sales. You'll have someone looking after admin. A lot of these roles can be catered for remotely. So you can hire a remote bookkeeper who is not a direct employee of your business, but they're contracted in to work solely with you, but they pay their own taxes. That's what we do. It helps to reduce your end of year taxes with your company. It's the same with VAs. So any of the admin tasks, managing emails, managing social media platforms, you can outsource that. You can hire someone who's a remote independent contractor, pays their own taxes. So what I'm trying to say here, guys, is that it is absolutely possible to move from the sole trader mode of just running your business yourself, where everything is dependent on you, to the stage where you put systems and structures in place and you build a team, and your business actually can run almost completely independently of you, which offers you a lot of security and a lot of flexibility. If you are interested, whether it's starting and growing an online business, or maybe you already have a physical business, you've been running for X amount of years, be it a landscape or a construction company, whatever it might be, and you just want to get better systems in place, you want to be able to fill your calendar all year round with your most profitable type of work, you want to be able to get off the tools, you want to build a team, reach out. You can check out delegationbootcamp.com, or if you want to start and grow an online business, go to thefreelancecode.com. Thanks for watching the video, guys. I'll see you in the next one.